former President Donald Trump had to be rushed off stage after what officials are calling an assassination attempt. Law enforcement officials say the person who opened fire today was 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks. He's from Pennsylvania, and they are confirming he is dead right now. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Kirsten Holmes. The Secret Service says former President Trump is safe. In a social media post, the former president said he was hit by a bullet in the top part of his right ear. At this hour, officials say a person attending that rally was also killed. 2 other people remain in critical condition tonight. At 11, we have the latest on this developing situation from Pennsylvania. We'll hear from a security expert on what goes into rallies like this one. We'll also take a look at what people nationwide were saying on social media moments after this shooting. CBS News' Lauren Linder is in Butler County, Pennsylvania tonight with the latest on this breaking news.
Take a look at what happened.
Secret Service agents rushed former President Donald Trump off stage after shots were fired, moments after he began speaking at a Saturday evening rally in Butler County, Pennsylvania.
We had what we're calling an assassination attempt against our former president, Donald Trump. It's still an active crime scene.
The Secret Service says a man attending the rally was killed. A doctor standing nearby tried to help him, performing CPR.
The guy had spun around, was jammed between the benches. He had a headshot here.
Trump raised his fist as he left the stage. On his Truth Social site, the former president said he was shot by a bullet that pierced the upper part of his right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong in that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. He wrote, much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. He was treated at a local hospital and released hours later. A New York Times photographer captured what appears to be one of the bullets.
I just hear these 4 shots and everybody's screaming drop, and you can see the blood like splatter on his face, and the Secret Service just barricades him.
The Secret Service says the gunman was outside the cordoned off area of the rally, standing on an elevated structure, and that he was shot and killed by a member of the agency's counter-assault team.
We're not prepared at this time to provide the identity of the potential shooter. We're in the process of doing the confirmation.
Some rally attendees say they tried to warn police after spotting the suspect.
There's a guy on the roof with a rifle, and the police were like, huh, what? You know, like they didn't know what was going on.
A large number of Secret Service agents is in Milwaukee right now ahead of the convention. They're trying to piece together what happened here in Butler. President Biden spoke a couple hours after the shooting.
There's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick.
The president left Delaware tonight to return to the White House. He spoke to Trump after the shooting. This was Trump's last rally ahead of next week's Republican convention in Milwaukee. He was taken away in a motorcade and again held up his fist as he got into his SUV. Lauren Linder, CBS News, Butler County, Pennsylvania.
The Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas says the agency is now working with the Biden and Trump campaigns to take every possible measure to keep them safe during campaign events. CBS 8's Alex Lai spoke with a security expert who shed some light on the challenges Secret Service faces at political rallies.
Right now, there's more questions than answers regarding security at the event. There's talk of where the shooter could have been and if Secret Service failed in their duty. I spoke with a security expert to find out more.
You've got snipers on the roof, and you've got plainclothes people in the crowd. You've got layers and layers of security.
Sean Van Diver is the founder of the San Diego chapter of the Truman Security Project. He has years of experience in national level security. Van Diver says at typical high-profile events, there are layers of security.
You would see things like access controls, right? Even further out from the event, you would see roadblocks, and then Secret Service or law enforcement or private security managing those roadblocks, checking your access to get in. Are you supposed to be here for this event? You'd see people on lists. You'd see badges. You'd see checks for people that are going to get close to the president. All those people behind the president on the stage, President Trump would have been background checked.
He says at these types of rallies, a potential attacker would not even have to enter the event.
There's a perimeter, and there's buildings all around potentially. If this is in an urban environment, I don't know much about the environment that it was in, but there's any number of buildings or other, adjacent venues that it could have been at. This person could have been from anywhere.
While many believe today's shooting is a security failure, Van Diver thinks the Secret Service did their duty.
You can't stop every attempt at violence, every attempt at anything. And I would say that they succeeded today, right? The president is okay. The shooter's dead, and unfortunately, we've lost at least one attendee.
As far as security at future events, Van Diver thinks once they figure out what the failure was here, they'll make sure it doesn't happen again. I'm Alex Lai for CBS 8.
Thank you, Alex. Meanwhile, people across the country took to social media to react to today's violence. CBS 8's Esmeralda Perez has stayed up to date with the latest on X. She joins us in studio with reaction.
Reaction is echoing throughout the nation. I'll take you to X, where there's been nonstop posts as this whole situation unfolded. First, let's start off with former President Barack Obama saying in part, "There is absolutely no place for political violence in our democracy. Although we don't yet know what exactly happened, we should all be relieved that former President Trump wasn't seriously hurt." Let's take things over to Elon Musk, who took advantage of this moment to endorse Trump and wish him a rapid recovery. Now on to California Congresswoman Sarah Jacobs, who expressed, "I'm wishing President Trump and all those who were injured a speedy recovery. Those responsible for violence at President Trump's rally must be held accountable." And here locally, County Supervisor Nora Vargas made a post saying, "There is no place for gun violence in our country, yet our children and families continue to witness tragic events like today. I condemn the terrifying shooting at today's campaign rally, and violence should never be tolerated." City of San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria expressed thoughts and prayers to former President Trump and those impacted. He says in part, "Political violence is unacceptable. It doesn't matter what party you belong to or what you believe. It's wrong." San Diego mayoral candidate Larry Turner made a post that reads in part, "I am deeply shocked by the news of the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. This is a reprehensible act that has no place in our society regardless of political beliefs or affiliations."